Alright, welcome back to the channel. I was just watching YouTube and I got something in my recommended feed, and I thought it was pretty much relevant enough for me to go ahead and just record my reaction and get my first 2 cents on it, put my 2 cents into it, my opinion basically. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do today. And as you can see up here in the title of the video, it's the new video allegedly shows UFO. I know it says UAP. I don't know why they switched the term from UFO to UAP. UFO is just so much better than UAP, but I prefer UFO over UAP, which stands for aerial phenomenon, I believe. But UFO, everybody knows what UFO means: unidentified flying object. And that sounds a whole lot better to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the UFO. So apparently there's a new video of showing a UFO surviving a Hellfire missile. Now, I don't know exactly what a Hellfire missile is. All I know is that it's a missile and it's very powerful, and it can blow basically anything up that hits its target. So I don't really know what this means by surviving a Hellfire. Maybe it just took damage, but it was still able to fly or something. I'm not 100% sure. This is the very first time I'm seeing this video. Video of the UFO. Do I believe in aliens? Honestly, no, I do not believe in aliens. Why don't I don't believe in aliens? Only because there's no evidence to support. I mean, mostly all you get is just stories from witnesses that actually don't bring any evidence. And there's even a doctor, or I don't know if this guy's a doctor or scientist or just a college professor or just a dude in a suit. But anyway, he's from New Mexico. He claimed that he had little tiny body figures of aliens. Turns out the bodies were actually just made of wax paper. I think it was like just paper or anything. Basically, he created himself, and he was like, "Oh, hey, look, I got real evidence of alien beings right here." Turns out he just created himself. I guess he's trying to go viral, or just for publicity, not understanding why he would make paper mache aliens, knowing that people would obviously find out sooner enough. Especially when you post on the internet, people will find out real quick if you're lying to them or not about having captured little small aliens. But nonetheless, I just don't believe in aliens. Now, aliens could be a possibility. Anything's possible. So I acknowledge that, hey, if aliens are out there, there probably are like 10 times more high-tech advanced than we are. And if aliens are out there, I hope they're nice. I hope they don't want to come down here and just destroy the planet. Although we're doing a good job of doing that ourselves as a species, as humans. We're just not nice to each other. There's a bunch of war. People want to fight and argue all the time and just destroy the planet that we all live in, basically, with just tons and tons of litter and not recycling. I probably don't recycle as much as I should. I'm just totally being honest. But, it is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check this video out. My very first time seeing it. Again, it's allegedly shows a UFO surviving a Hellfire missile. Don't really know what that means. What does it mean? That, it got hit, but it kept on going? I'm assuming that's what it means. I don't know. I'm going to check this out. But this was at one of those like government hearings about UFOs. I feel like they have these almost daily now, it seems like, for whatever reason. And most of it is just eyewitness testimony. I saw this, I saw that. They did this to me to keep me quiet. but never really any physical evidence or video evidence, and so I never really even paid attention to these, to be quite honest. But then this popped up in my feed recommends on YouTube, and so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and make a video and watch this for my first time and give my 2 cents of actually what I think this might be or could be, or what if it's just something else. I don't know. I never seen the video, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and check this video out. Let's see what they got for us here.
Look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another.
Yeah, I'm also not jumping to the conclusion that I believe in aliens. Are aliens possible? Yes. Are they real? Probably not. But there's always that possibility. So,
other planet, but I'm open to that, and I think that it's my.
Yeah, me too, Mr. Guy, Mr. Congress person. I am too open to that. If they're real, I want to know if they're real. Okay, I can invite some aliens over, and I can cook them a nice meal, and we can talk about the universe.
Responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night.
Listen, the government always blocks information from us. So they blocked information about 9/11. They blocked information about JFK, about Martin Luther King, and so much more. I don't understand why the government treats us tax-paying adults. I mean, we pay their side. They don't act like we can handle information or the real truth, or else they're just trying to cover it up for the deep state, if you believe in all the conspiracies and all that other stuff. But yeah, if the government's got information that they don't want to tell you, they're not going to tell you, even though we pay for them to work for us. But unfortunately, it is what it is.
I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure. And conveniently, it was named non-germane, mostly deemed by staff, not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked.
You know what I get confused on? Like, how can they... Isn't it up to the President of the United States to withhold or to let public know about information? So I'm confused on how, like, sometimes they say, like, this branch of government is keeping that secret, and this branch over here is keeping a secret. But ain't it, like, the person that we vote for to be president, ain't they basically the gatekeeper? I mean, sure, I guess you could be like, well, there's people working in our government that are higher than the president. They just work secretly off, so it don't really matter who we vote for because that person's not really in charge. But I mean, I don't believe that. Surely the president's got to be the one leading things in the United States. So if the president has this information and wants to release this information, surely they could do that if they want to, even though for security reasons they might advise against it. Now some people say, well, if the government came out and said that, yup, aliens are real, here's all the proof and evidence and all that, would it cause mass chaos? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to think that people would be rational adults about it. Okay, now what would that say about the religions in the world? I don't know. Some people think aliens may be demons. I don't know. But just if aliens are real and if the government's sitting on proof, just release it, okay? We can handle it. We're adults.
Blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So not an elect.
Again, I don't know what Arrow is. Never heard of Arrow. You mean like a shooting arrow, you shooting a bow? I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Official, but someone in staff blocked us, and I've had it. Enough is enough.
Yeah, enough is enough. Release the information, especially if you got it on aliens. Release all of it. Release the MLK files. Release the Epstein list. Release the Martin Luther King stuff. Release it all. Don't keep no secrets from us. We pay your taxes. taxes. We pay your salary. Don't keep anything from us, all right? Just release it all, okay?
I want to queue up a video that
Ooh, here we go, the video. I'm interested to see this video. Again, I've never seen it. This will be my first time seeing it, so let's see what they got. What's the video evidence? Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay.
been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe this.
Okay, so what am I looking at here? All I see, I'm assuming, is what I want to focus on is right here because it has the little circle and the line. So that tells me like something is flying and something is tracking it. That's what I got so far. What that thing is, I don't know. It just looks like a white blur. Could it be a bird? I'm just saying. I'm just putting out rational. Could it be a bird? Right now, I'm not really seeing anything other than just a bright light, but maybe it'll show more as the video goes.
This was taken October 30th of 2024.
2024. This footage was taken about a year ago, and we're just now seeing it. That tells you a lot, don't it?
This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an...
Okay, so it is a drone tracking, which looks like a white blur. Maybe it could be a bird. I'm thinking this is just a bird, honestly, right now. And because the video is not... I mean, it's 2025. You figure that these drones would have quality video, but they don't. Maybe it's because the thing's moving too fast. I don't know, but surely we can get a better video of this from the U.S. military. Surely. Especially in 2025. Come on, government. Do better.
an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen.
Okay, so he's calling it an orb, but right. I mean, I guess you can call it an orb because it just looks like a white speck right here. I mean, there's nothing really there. There's no detail or anything like that. So, I guess definitely you can call it an orb if you want. For me, I'm just going to say it's a bird for now, but let's find out what it really is. I don't know. Ooh, spooky aliens.
See that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile.
Yeah, and Hellfire missiles, like, I don't know a lot about them, but I just know if they hit their target, they're going to destroy their target. And according to this title, somehow this thing survives. I guess a direct hit, or maybe it's like a near miss, or something. Maybe that's how it survived. I don't know. Let's see how it survives.
You cannot see that drone.
No, I cannot see that drone. And also, buddy, I cannot see the drone that is filming whatever this is, which is probably a bird. But, okay. So I can't, so he's right on that. He got that one thing right. I can't see the drone filming, tracking this thing, and I also can't see the other drone off film. But I'm assuming that's where the missile comes from, the drone, and that's just crazy that a drone can just shoot a missile. Wow. We got like a bunch of cool weapons. I mean, it just when he says drones, I'm thinking of a little tiny drone, you know, that people just fly around themselves, or just even the little tiny drones. But when he says drones, I know he's obviously talking about one of our bigger drones. I do know that we have them, but I just thought they were mostly used for civilians. I didn't actually realize that these things can actually shoot missiles. So that's crazy. Our technology, just on the human side, forget about the aliens for like 5 seconds, but just on the human side, our technology is slowly like climbing. I don't know if I'll be live enough to see flying cars where everybody just has a flying car, but down in the future, like 100 years from now, if you're seeing this video and if you're driving around in your flying car, you, sir, or ma'am, or whatever, how many genders we have in the future, you are lucky. Wow. You should just do one air donut for me and my viewers. Just one. Even though we'll never get to see it, at least You know, it'd be like, well, there you go, guy from 100 years ago. I got sidetracked. Let's bring back the aliens. Let's see what's going on.
And so you'll, and I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
Okay. Okay, so again, it's just moving at a very fast pace. I'm going to see if I can rewind this a little bit. Okay. Now let's watch the video. Again, it's moving at a fast pace, so I'm assuming it could be just a bird, but somehow it survives a missile. I don't know if the missile misses. I don't know, but it is moving at a fast pace. How fast, I'm not exactly sure. I can't put a number on it, but it is moving. Wow, that thing is moving so fast. I don't know. It may be moving way too fast to just be a normal bird. I mean, it could be like another drone from like another country or something. Not exactly where is this video taken? Is it taken in international waters? I mean, what? I don't know exactly where part of the ocean. I'm assuming it's the ocean because all you see is water, so I'm just assuming it. I mean, this could be from a lake, from all I know, but I'm just assuming this was probably caught by our Navy, so most likely it was over the ocean. But is this like a foreign drone? Maybe, I don't know. But it doesn't look like a bird. I know I kept saying it probably was a bird, but from the video so far, it's moving awfully fast to be a bird. So I don't think it's a bird anymore. But I guess we'll just find out what it is and what happens. Now, he did say there's another drone that shoots a missile at it. So let's get there, and I'm interested to see what happens next. Tighten your seatbelt, folks. Tighten your seatbelt, folks. Okay, I said that right the second time. Play. Okay. Wow, look at that thing. And he's also right for calling it an orb because it's just like a bright white object. Like, if that's not an orb versus what you see in, like, you know, ghost videos where they see an orb, but really it's just a particle, a dust particle that's getting so close up to the camera can't really focus on it. So what it's doing is just trying to capture it, and why it's doing that, it's just making that dust particle brighter, so it does look like an orb. But this thing definitely looks like an orb. Again, I'm assuming this thing's just like an enemy drone or something, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it is moving awfully very fast, very, very fast. Play. Uh-oh. Oh no. I played, but okay. Wow, look at that thing. That thing's just steadily moving in a straight line. Just so fast. I'm just surprised about how fast this thing is. I can't put a number on it, but if I had to, I guess this thing's probably going, I don't know, like 50 miles? I don't know. I just don't know. I know if I say a number, I'm going to make myself look dumb because, no, it's not going that fast. I mean, it's not going that slow. It's going faster than that. So I'm not even going to attempt to try to put a number on it, but it's moving pretty fast. I would say. I don't know how fast these drones can get. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming like really fast speeds. So for our drone to be able to keep up with this thing, pretty good. Well, what was that? Whoa! Hold up. Did that just get hit by the missile? The Hellfire missile? Did that just get hit? Oh, I have to watch this again. I'm rewinding. Let's see here. No way! Oh, I have to rewind this. I think it connected full contact. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to pause it when I get the missile in. Right there. So, here's the thing flying. right over here. This is definitely the missile that's been shot by our drone. And it's headed right toward the orb thingy. And it looks like it's going to make contact. So does it directly hit the orb or does it like graze it or something? But you could definitely see the missile right over here. And the orb is right here. So I'm just wondering if it made direct hit or did it like, just like gaze off of it and miss it by like inches or something like that. I don't know. But right here you can see the missile. Wow. And it's headed directly for that thing. Assuming on this thing keeps going, I guess it could clip the end. I don't know. It's really weird. First off, why are we even shooting at this thing? I mean, it's just flying along. It's not presenting any danger. So why shoot at it? I don't know. Not unless it wasn't our drone or something, which I'm assuming it's a drone. But why even shoot at it? This is going to be kind of weird. I mean, to bring it down, I guess, so you can study it. I don't know. But nonetheless, they took the shot and they're trying to bring it down. So I guess we'll find out. Well, probably not find out why they shot at it, but find out what happens next. It looks like this thing's, the missile right over here, looks like it's getting ready to make contact with the orb. So let's see when that happens. Oh! No way. Did that thing just hit that? No way. I gotta rewind this. Hold on. Did that just make full contact? Wait, I'm trying to pause it where the missile's coming in. There's the missile. Wait. So you saw it just in those few frames. It looks like to me it made full contact to this, whatever this thing is right here. If I rewind it just a little bit. Wait a minute. Here, let me take this. It's going to be harder to see when I rewind it, but I'm going to rewind it back. I'm going to see it again. Right. Wait. Right there. You could definitely tell the missile is going to hit it directly on this right here. It's in a direct path. So I would say that probably this missile's not going to miss it and hit it direct on. Or maybe it's like, okay, it's like, here's the orb, right? And it's going by really fast. Here's the missile. And the missile is going to go like this. But see, like, when they shoot it, the orb is going to go past it. And the missile's just going to, like, zoom off of it. Like barely, basically not getting a direct hit, just like scraping it by missing it by like a couple of inches. Maybe that's the case that's going on here, but you can clearly see the missile is on its direct path. So I'm going to find out if it's like a direct hit or if it just like gazes off of whatever this thing is. Oh! I don't know. You can see the missile down there. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but I got to get to the bottom of this. I'm really intrigued on whether or not this thing gets direct hit. So, let me see. Okay. From this, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I don't think it was a direct hit. I only say that because you can see right here, it looks like a little tiny piece is falling off. As soon as it makes contact with whatever this thing is, it looks like a piece of it breaks off. And you got to remember, these Hellfire missiles, they're are obviously not something you want to mess with. And if it hits a target, it's going to... Now, why didn't the missile blow up on impact? I'm not sure. But to me, that... I mean, is it wrong for me to think that the reason why the missile didn't, explode was because it didn't really hit, like, contact, just kind of, like, scraped off the side? Now, I'm not an expert on how missiles work. I'm meaning, like, if misses their target and just kind of scrapes off the object, is it still going to explode? Is that enough to trigger its explosive response? I'm not sure. I'm not a missile expert, but to me, when I see this, I'm seeing, because you can see the missile right there. So the missile has not exploded on impact. So I don't know if all missiles do that. I don't know, but just based off the footage of what this missile is doing, I can say that this missile obviously did not explode. And so maybe its other missiles are like that, but it clearly did get a hit. Nonetheless, that's like an exhaust of that thing trying to get away from the missile. I'm going to have to rewind this one more time. Please just bear with me. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. But let's see here. So it's right there. It does look like it's going to hit. But again, this missile's already been locked on and shot at. So the missile is not going to change its trajectory, right? It's just going to keep going that way. And the object is just going to keep on moving straight. The object would have to be faster than the missile in order for the missile to just like barely scrape up against it. So I think that's what's happening here. The missile's just going shoo, trajectory into things. So I'm guessing that this missile caught the end of this thing, and that's what you see breaking off right there. Because you can tell in the video when, let me press play here. Right there. Right there. Dang, I wish I could freeze frame. I'm trying to freeze frame, but I don't know if I'll catch it. It happens so fast. Right there. That's the best I'm going to get. But anyway, so the missile's right here. As soon as it hits, which I'm assuming it just like kind of scraped off against it, something breaks off. Right here, you can see it. And right there's like the airspace. Right here, this breaks off, and whatever this thing right here is, it's also breaking off. So I think the missile did make contact with whatever this thing is, but it didn't hit it full on. It just kind of like scraped it. And for whatever reason, it didn't explode. I don't know if all missiles do that, but you can clearly see something right here breaking off. Now, I'm going to continue the video to see what happens next. So, yeah. So, wait, there's 3 pieces. So, you count them. 1, 2, 3. Right here. So, yeah, there's 3 pieces that break off of this thing. So it definitely got hit, in my opinion. It didn't get a direct hit, but it did get, like, it touched. The missile touched it, right? And so that's what you got. You got 1, 2, 3. Right here, it looks like 3. Yeah, I would say 3. I feel confident with saying 3 pieces that broke off of this thing. And right here's the thing. Now, what that is, I don't know. Again, it could be another enemy drone or something like that. They're just flying around and testing it out. But again, why did we shoot at this thing? I'm assuming to bring it down so we can bring it in and study it and all that other stuff. And I wonder why it's glowing like that. I'm assuming because of the video quality and because of how fast it is. And just like the dust particle example I gave earlier in the video. I'm assuming that's what's going on, but nonetheless, you can see the missile is off footage now, so the missile's no longer there because it's probably going straight into the water. You got 3 pieces that broke off when the missile made contact with it. So Even if I don't know what this thing is, if it's a drone, I would assume since it's lost some of its pieces that it would just go, you know, straight down, or maybe it didn't hit like, because I know some planes can fly even though they get like they might lose a part or two, but as long as it's not like a significant part to keep up the plane up in the air. But really, if this thing got hit by in a significant area that help keeps it up in the air and flying, it should just plummet straight to the ocean. So I wonder if that's what's going to happen. Okay, so they kind of ended it really weird. It looked like it was going down into the ocean. Oh, here's another.
This is when it zoomed out.
View.
So you can still see it traveling.
Okay, so this thing got hit and it's still moving. But if you look back over here, just want to rewind that again. Right there. And then here's footage of it after it's got hit by the missile. And it's still going. It's still just flying along like nothing even happened. What this thing is, I don't know. I'm assuming that it's probably just a drone, honestly. I'm assuming that it's just a drone from another country and that missile just kind of scraped off against it. You can see the three parts break away from the main part of the ship. So it didn't hit, the missile didn't hit anything significant. I'm just saying, like, so how big is this drone? I don't know. Probably like the size of our weaponry drones, a drone that can shoot the missile from up there. So that's what I'm assuming that is, just from that video. Because again, if you watch it from the video that they provided, I don't know if they provide any more video footage, but just from the video that they provided, you can see it's just flying around right there. Boom. Then three parts break away, and it kind of looks like from there, it kind of looks like, it gets hit, and then it's like, trying to catch its balance, basically. Like it reacts to being hit or being scraped up against. It reacts because it's going like this, trying to balance out. Watch. See, look, it's going like this. It's moving. It's reacting to getting scraped up against. And then in the next footage they show, it finally grounded and it's still just going. So either somebody is flying this thing actually inside the cockpit of this thing flying it, or they're flying it remotely. I don't know which, but it did survive. I guess that's why they say it survived the Hellfire missile, even though I don't think it survived it straight on. Otherwise, this thing would have been destroyed. I think the missile just like kind of scraped up against it and just knocked like three little tiny pieces off that weren't really significant for bringing it down. Because when it hits, you can see it. You can see the orb, or the drone, I should say. Because that's what I think it is. You can just kind of see it go like this. And just to make my point more clear, here, I'll rewind the tape so you can see it for yourselves. Now, just pay attention. Right here, it's flying. Boom, it gets hit. Look, see how it's going like that? It knows that it got hit by something. Now, either the pilot's reacting like that or the person controlling it is reacting like that, right? Because it probably did knock a couple of screws loose inside the drone, which I really do think. I think this is just a drone, and it keeps on flying. And it's still going at a steady faster. I would say it looks like from here, when it's zoomed out, that it's going a little bit slower versus before it even got hit with the missile. See how fast that thing's moving? Now we'll compare it once the missile hits. But you can see the missile come from right this direction. Bam! 3 pieces break off. It's doing this, trying to regain its posure. And it was moving a whole lot faster, but now when it's zoomed out, maybe it was only because maybe it's just going the same speed. Maybe because it was zoomed into the object that it just seemed like it was going that much faster. But if that's not the case, then you can definitely tell that rocket did slow down its momentum. Because in this footage, in that outreach footage, it's not going as fast. And I think that's all the footage. I'm going to fast forward through all this and see. Okay, no, that's it. So, yeah. So that's the alien footage. My opinion, it's just a drone of somebody's. I don't know whose drone it is, but basically they had a drone and our government shot at it. It nicked it because, again, the missile was already fired, so the missile's going like this, and the drone is going like this, so it like kind of just hit the drone, scraped up against it for whatever reason. I guess that wasn't enough pressure for the missile to explode, but nonetheless, it nicked it. You can clearly see 3 pieces coming off of the thing, and the thing trying to gain back its momentum and trying to get straight because it reacts to being hit, but it wasn't significant parts for it to damage any of the things that's keeping it up in the air. So I guess you can kind of say that the missile just kind of nicked it, and it was enough to at least knock 3 pieces of whatever part of the drone, which I think this is. I lost my train of thought, sorry. But yeah, it basically just nicked it, and for whatever reason the bomb don't go off, because I feel like if this was a direct impact, there's no way this thing would still be in the air if it was a direct impact. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fact check myself in a way right now, because I do want to see that hit again. I just want to make sure that it was not a direct hit. Because if it was a direct hit and this thing's still flying, then wow. But I'm just going to make sure one more time. Try to see here. Yeah, you can clearly see. It hits the backside. If you watch this again, it hits the backside of this object. It does not make direct impact. Watch it again. Watch it again. Watch very closely too, because you can see what I am talking about. Right there. You see the back of it? It hits the back of it. Not right. It's not a direct hit. Watch again. Watch right back in here. Watch. See? It kind of like scrapes up beside it. So yeah, that's that in a nutshell. Again, I don't think this thing's a UFO. I think it's somebody's drone that they were flying out in the middle of the ocean, whether it be another country's drone or just a normal person's drone. I don't know. I'm assuming it's probably one of another country's drone, only because they were flying over the ocean. Maybe they tried to make comps with this thing and it wasn't responding, so they got the order to go ahead and bring it down because they weren't sure what it was. But then that begs another question, how could they not tell that it was a drone? Now, this is obviously another drone tracking that thing. So if somebody's watching this back from headquarters, they're like, well, I can't tell because of the dust particle effect. So that could be the reason why they weren't sure what it was, and they just knew that, it wasn't ours or one of our people flying that thing, and we don't know what it is. And we're trying to make comms, but we're getting no answers back. We'd probably give it warnings, hey, identify yourself or something like that. No word back, so they probably got to go ahead and try to bring this thing down. The missile hits the back of it. The thing's trying to mobilize. Now, whether someone's inside or someone's just controlling it from somewhere else, I don't know, but I can safely say after analyzing the footage that this was not a direct hit. It was just like a nick that had some pieces falling off, but not enough damage to where it couldn't fly anymore or keep going. And yeah, I don't think this is alien at all, to be honest. This is probably just a drone getting shot by our drone. So again, for me, there's nothing there, but you watch the footage. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's more footage, but if there is, I'll keep you updated. And let me know down in the comments. Am I completely wrong? Is this an alien ship and not just a drone? In my opinion, in Annulus, it's a drone. And all those things that happened. That's the reason why it was able to survive. And I guess they... just because you can clearly see. I'm just going to go one last time. Sorry, bear with me. I just want to make sure what I'm saying is actual, factual. Because to me, in the footage, it clearly looks like the missile hits this thing from behind instead of a direct impact. So just one more time for clarification. Yeah, it hits the back of it. So, yeah, what I've been saying. Yeah, so this thing right here is definitely a drone. And that's it. If you believe that's an alien spaceship or whatever, let me know in the comments. Let me know. But I really believe that this thing is just a drone. But boy, if it is alien, though, I mean, there's always that small possibility. If it is alien, and if my eyesight is messed up, which it's not, but if my eyesight were messed up and this thing did actually get a direct hit and it just kept on going, and if the aliens were hostile, yeah, we would be cooked. We would absolutely be cooked. Because that technology is wow. But yeah, most likely a drone in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and I really appreciate you guys checking on the video. See you next time.